Hello, I'm Gail Van Cott. Welcome to Girl Scouts in Focus. Today's program focuses on leadership. It's especially for you adults out there who have made the commitment to become Daisy or Brownie Girl Scout troop leaders. A challenge, certainly, and sure to be one of the most rewarding adventures of your life. The key to meeting the challenge of leadership in Girl Scouting is partnership between girls and adults. Today, we're going to take a look at some of the practical ways Daisy and Brownie Girl Scout leaders can establish successful partnerships and make a real difference in the lives of girls. It all begins in the Girl Scout meetings. And to tell us how they're organized and what goes on at a typical meeting, let's go out now to Cincinnati, Ohio, where our reporter, Priscilla Smith, is with a Daisy Girl Scout troop.
The format of a Daisy Girl Scout meeting follows a general plan that's used throughout all levels of Girl Scouting. But the first thing we can tell you is there's no such thing as a typical meeting.
There's no such thing as a typical Daisy meeting because you have 10 rambunctious girls. They come in, they're excited to be there, they're excited to be with their friends. You don't know how long it's going to take for them to mesh before you sit down and do your craft, or you do your hike, or you do whatever. There's a typical time frame that you try to follow, but there's no such thing. You have to be flexible and you have to adapt to the girls that are in your troop.
It's important to react to their needs because Girl Scouting is for the girls. That's who you're there for, and in reacting to their needs, you help to build the kind of confidence, you help to gain the kind of interest in the program and the activities that you know would be best for them.
Daisy Girl Scout meetings generally last 40 to 60 minutes, and they can be comprised of several parts. The basic structure could go something like this. There is a pre-meeting activity, then an opening ceremony, followed by some sharing time, once a month or so a Daisy Girl Scout circle, a program activity, snack and cleanup, and finally a closing ceremony. Let's take a closer look at these meeting activities. Planning for a pre-meeting activity is a good way to occupy the girls in the time before a meeting when other girls are still arriving. Leaders use this time to greet each girl individually, making a strong connection. That means giving them a smile, a hug, or the Girl Scout handshake, and letting them know you're glad they came. Each meeting begins with a short opening ceremony.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
It can include a simple flag ceremony, a greeting, a song, a story, or a thought for the day. Reciting the Girl Scout promise and saying parts of the law will help each girl understand her special place in Girl Scouting. At first, leaders plan the opening, but after a while, girls become more comfortable and should be able to plan the opening and the closing ceremonies themselves. Following the opening, allot at least 10 minutes to sharing time.
What we're going to do today is we're going to go around the circle, and I want everybody to share one thing that they did this summer.
It's a specific period defined by the leader for girls to talk about what's on their minds. The enthusiasm of the girls for this sharing experience will dictate its length, but the leader should make certain that the informal exchanges of this activity be kept distinct and separate from the business part of the meeting. One of the structures in place to help Girl Scouts grow is known as troop government. For Daisy Girl Scouts, their introduction to troop government is the Daisy Girl Scout Circle. The circle is where the girls plan their future activities and solve troop problems together. It's the beginnings of the democratic process for these young girls.
Jessica!
The objective of this circle today is to rotate the routine job assignments of the troop among the girls. They keep track of who will be responsible for specific jobs on the troop's caper chart.
Maybe put the magnifying glasses away?
Leaders take an active role in the circle, directing the discussion so the business at hand is conducted with focus and efficiency. The Daisy Girl Scout Circle need not last any longer than 10 to 15 minutes, but it is an important formative idea for these girls. It's where they learn the formal group decision-making process that's such an important part of Girl Scouting.
Get set, go!
Time for a program activity. The length and nature of this activity can vary. It can be a short trip outdoors, a game, an art project, a story, or even a visit by an interesting person from the community. Program activities should be in keeping with the developmental level of the girls, and parents should be kept informed of the plans for these activities. Snack time can occur before or after the main activity of the meeting. It's a simple, quiet time when the girls can relax with one another and enjoy the treats. Closing ceremonies are very important for Daisy Girl Scouts, just as opening ceremonies are. The troop can do the friendship circle and squeeze, sing a song, have a flag ceremony, or recite the promise. Whatever is decided, leaders should assign girls on a rotating basis the responsibility of planning these ceremonies. After all, it's their meeting. Finally, with the meeting over, it's important for leaders to know by name and face who is picking up each girl to ensure the girls are making the right connections. Leaders should encourage the girls and their parents to keep them informed of who will be picking up the girls.
Thank you. You go home with your mom now. We'll see you next week.
The key to successful meetings is establishing a strong girl-adult partnership where your decisions about what the group does are based on the shared interest of the individual partners and, of course, flexibility. It's all about trusting in the democratic process, even at the youngest ages. This is Priscilla Smith reporting. Now back to the studio.
Priscilla mentioned the importance of ceremonies. Girl Scouts have many ceremonies throughout the year, celebrating traditions and recognizing achievements. For more information about ceremonies, you can consult the publication Ceremonies in Girl Scouting, available through your local Girl Scout Council or through the Girl Scout catalog. Continuing now with our look at the activities of Girl Scout troop meetings, let's go back out to Cincinnati to see how the girls of one Brownie Girl Scout troop organize their meetings. Glenn Rodriguez Younger reports.
The basic structure of the Brownie Girl Scout meeting is pretty much the same as in the Daisy Girl Scouts. However, the big difference between the way these two groups conduct their meetings has to do with their age levels. Because Brownie Girl Scouts are older, leaders give them a little more responsibility and encourage them to make more decisions. As a result, Brownie Girl Scouts might spend more time conducting troop business in the formal part of their meeting, which they call the Brownie Girl Scout Ring. The Brownie Girl Scout Ring is the form of troop government for Brownie Girl Scouts. In this meeting, the girls are talking about the money they made from a recent cookie sale.
Megan, can you read the treasurer's report?
Yeah. The treasury report is on hand, $20.
The treasurer gives a report on the troop's funds and tells everyone how much they made on the cookie sale.
Total, $100.
They discuss how they will use the proceeds of the cookie sale for their community service project, in this case, donating food to a local food pantry.
Maybe we should decide what kind of food we want to give to the food store so that we know how much money we're going to spend.
Fox juices, crackers, peanut butter.
The leaders encourage the girls to speak up about their ideas and to take turns expressing their opinions.